Good evening, YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the third address for my father speaking to America about his attempting to become the President of the United States. Again, this is the third address. Um, Anyways, please comment and like and share, especially share. Um, if you want actual change to happen. Anyways, that's just my 2 cents worth of speech I wanted to give. Anyways, thank you again. Here's my father.
Hello again, America. It's good to see you again. I wish that we could communicate two-way. That will come. I do appreciate those of you who have responded. Thank you so much for watching. I do ask that you think about uh, is 10 minutes worth my concern for America? I certainly hope that you say so. So I know that it is a 10-minute video, but I do ask that you take the time to watch the whole thing and listen to it. Uh, some of you have asked where I stand on certain issues. That, of course, would be a great thing for two-way conversations or one on a crowd. And again, I do invite you to invite me to speak anywhere. Please contact us at the phone numbers we've given or through comments. You can leave your contact information. And so we really do want to speak to you and set up some times. Some people have, in fact, expressed concern about my poor humor or a humor that's not connecting quite well. Those of you who know me know how I am on over a film like this. You may think that, well, that old guy there is not very humorous, and so I do ask your forgiveness for what some of y'all might call not really good linked humor. But folks, I want you to hear this. We do need to fix America. Part of that, folks, is we need to remember what a good laugh every once in a while is. Some of you have forgotten that. And some of you have asked about the clarity of this call to the presidency. I appreciate y'all asking that. Yes, it is a definitive call, very clear to us about going to the White House. However, we do have to understand that we depend on good judgment in that and discretion. For those of you who live in one of the worlds I live in, if you let me put it that way, uh, of course, that means where the Spirit leads. If the Spirit's leading us down the trail to the White House and that's it, then folks, I have to accept that. There was just a trail run. But there are many of you I know who are saying that, well, we want it to be more than that. We want it to be successful. We do want broken. We want Ken Marlin in the White House. Well, I praise the Lord for that. It is a serious run, folks. This is not some, like I said in the first film, this is not some just scam, some kind of scheme. It is not. Like I said, folks who I have asked about running have said yes. There have been a few of you who have said no initially, but when I asked you about compassion and character, then your response was a very quick yes. And so I appreciate those quick yeses in regards to compassion and character. Integrity being an extremely huge thing for this guy named Ken Marlin. And so, folks, I value your concern on that. Again, in regards to my stand on a few issues, if I have time tonight, I might address one or two of those. Those of you who have asked, yes, I know that I don't really look right now like I served in the military except for my bulk, but I did. I had the privilege of serving in the Army for 20 years, and so that's a key important thing. I've asked several people, what are the qualifications that you look for in a president? One of them that inevitably comes up is military. I believe that the reason that is, at least from my perspective as well, the military part of that qualification is there because oftentimes we put our military to use. Absolutely. And so because of that, we need somebody who understands the military because he or she has served in the military. And so I've got 20 plus years in the military. Those of you who are fact hounds, you will notice that if you look at my record, that I served 22 years is the credit I got. Active duty for 20 years. And so please keep that in mind when you think about qualifications for America. Also, people have talked about integrity and compassion as qualifications for president. I have said already that I'm not going to comment on the other two candidates much at all. I would hope that the presidency is gained by the merit of that candidate, not because he or she can bash someone else out of the office. That just agitates me, folks. I've seen some of the debates. I haven't seen the one that we're all looking forward to on Monday, and I hope you are looking forward to it, folks. Even though I know most of you are just agitated like I am, I still want you to look at it. But in some of the previous debates, folks, I'm wondering what has happened to our compassion for each other? What has happened to our civility? Okay? I see people getting upset with each other on public TV. I see people who are hosting being very rude. I see candidates being rude. And I'm going, where's our civility, folks? You know, where's our compassion for each other? I may not agree with you on issues, folks, but I still have compassion for you. That doesn't mean that I love you any less. And so I need to act that way. And so keep that in mind. One of the other things that someone has brought to my attention, some particular woman who I've worked with, looked at me one day and said, "Mr. Marlin, I believe you're the safest man in America." I had asked her about a book that she was reading called, I don't remember the exact title, but about people who are safe. And she looked at me in the eyeballs and said, "You're the safest man I know in America, Mr. Marlin." And so that obviously is important to many of you as well. So I want you to know that. You have lots of students and lots of other folks in other places with whom I've worked and taught that you can ask them that question and see what they feel as well. As far as legal qualifications for the presidency, I obviously am of age, right? I was born in the state of Florida in Pensacola. And that, of course, is on record there if you want to check that. So I was born in the United States of America. And so, and I have been stateside. I've been stateside for over a decade now. And as a matter of fact, right at about 14, 15 years, something like that, since I've been out of country. I'd have to go over that in my head to get exact numbers. But anyway, so I want you to know I really appreciate y'all comment. I appreciate you looking at these films in the past, but I ask that you also leave comments, please. I want to hear from you folks. Like I said, many of you said run, make it happen, let's go. But I need to hear from you, okay? And I need some invites. I need some folks to say, hey, Broken, we want to hear from you. We'll have a group of people meeting here or there. And so keep that in mind. If you would, please respond. Folks, the big deal that I want you to get, again, is that we certainly know that God has called us to this task. And we want you to know that we're very attuned to the Spirit. Again, it may be just a trail run, but a lot of you've confirmed, no, we want you in the house. So we have to understand that we're really pursuing God's will in this, okay? And again, I know for some of you that's Greek, but I want you to understand clearly that we want the presidency returned to what it's supposed to be. And so thank you very much. I have gone 30 seconds or more over, so please forgive an old man rattling off at the mouth. But that's what some of us older guys are really good at doing, is just keeping on talking. Thank you very much, America, and we will see you next week. Take care, please.